on when I'm going to take my midterm, but I just know that by the end of March, you'll have another mock test, the high school entrance exam, a mock test between all the schools in our district. It's the second mock test so far, and I really hope that I get a decent score because we only have 3 months left until the real examination. And I think the last 3 months really determine our whether we'll get into a good score or not. Because like at this time we have finished studying uh, all of the materials, and we just need to review them and practice a lot of tests. And I think it determines our ability. So I hope to get a good score, and I'm working on it.
Yeah, and I'm also working on my test for my graduation test and also like for another test because I would take a test SPT test to get to Hanoi Normal's University.
hmm So you will have like two tests in total.
Just two tests in total. So one of them is in the um, about like 17 or 18th of May, and another would be at the end of the June.
That's quite a long time. Well, like I told you, I don't know why, but I think this is probably the first debate tournament that I participated from the beginning of this year. The last time I participated was, I don't remember much, but it was probably a few months ago. And right now, I'm not sure, but I do have two more coming up, which I think it will not interfere with my study at all because normally in the past I usually skip school a lot, especially during Saturday. Because normally tournaments will take place, I mean, they will be held on Saturday and Sunday. And in the past, we still had to go to school on Saturday, but now Saturday is like a weekend. So we no longer have to, and that's why I decided to team up with my teammates because it is the only occasion I can actually participate in this. It's the only one tournament. It is like it's in Malaysia, but it's an online tournament. It's really big. Well, we don't have any hopes, but I think it's good if we actually participate because I want to add in my debate experiences.
Yeah, I think like if you follow this path about the debate, so maybe in the future you can like make it into your career, like one part of your career.
Yeah, if in the future, I think I'll choose my part-time job because
That you can still teach or be like you become a judge in some competition.
yeah, I don't think it can be my entire life
Of course.
because like if it were to be in my entire life, I would just because like if you want to make this into a success, you actually want to make something out of it, like be in the national team. I don't have hopes for that because it requires a lot of effort, requires a lot of brain, and requires a lot of intelligence, and especially requires a lot of time and money too. All of them combined. But I think I would love to be a judge. As of right now, I still don't have enough ability to judge yet. Because being a judge, you cannot be biased.
Of
Because I
course.
think bias happens a lot, especially when you let your emotions and your inner knowledge interfere with the experiences. So you just like there's a term called average intelligent voter, which a judge is basically an average person with average intelligence. Their job is to analyze, and their job is not to think of why this team should lose.
Yeah, a judge like when they have when make some decision with the feeling inside. So I think they are not a professional one.
Yeah, the job of a judge is to compare materials between two sides and try to evaluate which is better. Like if even if this team said something that's not that good, but the other team has it like the other team doesn't notice that and they just keep on going and they don't flag that out, a judge cannot possibly say, "Oh, you lose this because you said this and I think it's wrong." You cannot possibly say that you have to like compare materials.
Of course.
So I think I it's really hard not to be biased, and ones have to go through a lot of trainings in order not to be biased.
Yeah, although maybe like their point sometimes is not really logical, but like we have to compare the two material, compare like which side is more persuasive.
Yeah, and which side actually provides a more in-depth analysis.
Mhm.
So like, but yeah, I think a judge, because they are called an intelligent, like an average intelligent voter, they also have a decision to either think about whether this is false. So if you bring up information that is false and the other team does not flag that out, but you know this because like literally everyone knows about this, you can still do that. But it's really complex and I haven't learned how to judge before. I've never even judged anything. For now, I'm just gonna stick to speaking. I think it's better.